Halloween. Do we celebrate it? Do we condemn it? Or do we ignore it? Welcome to On the Go at St. Joe. Why do we dress our kids up in costumes, have them go to the houses of strangers, and then allow them to receive candy from these people? My initial answer to this question is that I get a nice portion of this candy when my kids finally go to sleep after their sugar high. But when I finally awaken from my own sugar-induced coma, I then ask myself the same question again. Halloween, or All Hallows' Eve, has a history that many Christians and non-Christians are unaware of. Similar to Christmas Eve, All Hallows' Eve is the early anticipation of All Saints' Day. Hallow comes from the same root as holy, and a person who is hallowed is a saint, someone who has been sanctified or made holy. If you are thinking the word hallow sounds familiar, it is in the Our Father. In the Lord's Prayer, we say, "Hallowed be thy name." If we said that using words derived from Latin, it would be something like, "Let your name be sanctified." Due to old-fashioned contractions, All Hallows' Eve eventually morphed into what we today call Halloween. In the early days of the church, we already had anniversaries of the early Christian martyrs. Feast days celebrating the early saints of the church were a common practice to the first Christians. As early as 373, there were already talks of having a common feast for all the saints. In the years 609 or 610, Pope Boniface IV consecrated the Pantheon in Rome to Mary, the Blessed Virgin, and all the martyrs, and called for an anniversary. Sometime in the 8th century, Pope Gregory III consecrated a chapel in the Basilica of St. Peter to all the saints and fixed the anniversary on November 1st. Finally, in 835, Gregory IV extended the celebration on November 1st to the entire church, both east and west. The vigil of All Hallows' Eve seems to have been held as early as the feast itself. Now, there are those who claim that Catholics hijacked a Celtic pagan holiday from the British Isles called Samhain. While there was a holiday on the same day as October 31st to bring in the Celtic New Year in winter, the Church did not intentionally choose the 31st for that reason. As we just stated, this was due to the consecration of the chapel at St. Peter's. So, should we celebrate Halloween? I think so. If you're a parent, be sure to mention All Saints' Day and the fact that is why we have an evening like this. Celebrating the holy days surrounding All Saints' Day remind us of the reality of heaven and hell, the saints, demons, angels, and all the holy souls suffering in purgatory. After All Souls' Day is the day after All Saints' Day. If you're not a parent, feel guilt-free to leave a light on and pass out some treats to those brave souls weathering the cold this evening. Speaking of treats, let's head up the bulletin. Transportation Ministry, Good Samaritan Opportunity. When Jesus told the parable of the Good Samaritan, he asked which one was the brother to the man lying on the side of the road. He answered it was the one who picked up the man and nursed him back to health. Are you being called to a ministry? Would you consider being a Good Samaritan by giving a ride to Mass for those who do not have a car or no longer drive? The office currently receives requests from people who need help getting to Mass. We know there is a need for this ministry. We would like to provide this for the 9 a.m. Sunday Masses. If you feel called to help with this ministry, please contact the parish office. Angel Tree 2023. We are going to be providing gifts to children again this year, and our focus will be on families living in Jasper. Angels will be put on trees by November 4th and 5th. Please keep the gift in the $25 range to ensure all children are provided for equally. Please do not wrap gifts this year. We appreciate your generosity and kind hearts for the children in need. You may also choose to give a monetary gift. Please send it to the parish center. Drop in the drop box or give online specifically stating it's for an angel tree. Please return gifts by Thanksgiving Day. Memorial Mass. On Sunday, November 5th, we will celebrate a memorial Mass at St. Joseph Church for those who have died the past 2 years. This will include all those from November 1st, 2021 through October 31st, 2023. This will be a special Mass at 1 p.m. and will fulfill your Sunday Mass obligation. These loved ones will be remembered with special rituals during the liturgy. After the Mass, we will gather in the Activity Center for a light lunch and a presentation. Pictures of loved ones. In remembrance of the faithful departed, families are invited to display photos of their deceased loved ones throughout the month of November. These pictures may be of non-St. Joseph parishioners as well. Please put your pictures 5x7 or smaller in the baskets on the counters in the gathering area of the church. Remember to put your name and phone number on the back of the photo. If you have a big event coming up at your parish and want it mentioned on the show, give us a shout out at our Facebook page or email us at onthego@stjosephjasper.org, and we'll make sure we announce it. This invitation is for anyone from our surrounding parishes. As always, gang, it's been a blessing to give you this podcast today. However, like the lifespan of my kids' candy when they go to sleep tonight, this podcast is at an